Hi guys, thank you so much for clicking on this video. This is just how I highlight and contour. Hope you all enjoy. Okay, so the first step to my highlighting and contour routine is that I always put on my foundation first. That's just what I like to do. So if you want to see what foundation I use and my whole foundation routine, I'm gonna link that in the description box below. But yeah, I already have my foundation on. Next, I'm going to conceal under my eyes and highlight. So I like to use the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in 35 Deep. So I'm just gonna pop this right under my eyes, and then I'm gonna drag it right here just to clean up any eyeshadow. I like to bring it down just a little bit. Then to give my under eyes and then to highlight anywhere else in my face, I'm going to use the Instant Age Rewind by Maybelline. This one, you just twist it and the product comes up through the little sponge. So what I'm gonna do is go on top first and kind of mix these two together. And you can see this one is a little bit more yellower. It's a little bit more yellow than the other one. I'm gonna pop it on my chin, on the bridge of my nose, and just go up a little bit. Now I don't like to put too much, and then put some on the top of my eyebrow. I don't like to put too much because I don't want my forehead to just be super white. And then the first thing I'm gonna blend out is my chin area, because I don't want to blend out the concealer on my eyes and then take that concealer that's on my sponge to my chin, because that would be way too much. And then whatever's left on my sponge, I'm just gonna put on my Cupid bow. And then the bridge of my nose. And then my forehead. And then your forehead, you want to make sure you really blend it out, because I find if you don't, when you do your contour, that area would just be super white, and you can really tell that you put concealer. And make sure you get on the top of your brows. Next, I like to flip my sponge to the flat side and then start at the bottom first, just so it could be easier to blend out. And I love this sponge just because of the flat side. It's super easy to blend out your highlight. Look at that. And then also, it kind of maps out where to put your contour at. So now that I have this highlighted, I can see that my contour is gonna be right here. Then I flip it and then work under the eye, get it all up in that lash line. And then clean up the eyeshadow on the outer corner. With this sponge, it's not your average beauty sponge. You're gonna have to learn how to work with it. This one is the Real Techniques beauty sponge or makeup sponge. Get this out of my nose. Okay, so now before that even sets, I'm going to use my CoverGirl Professional Loose Powder in Translucent Light. I'm just going to put some of this in the lid. I like highlighting and setting my concealer with this one because in photos it doesn't appear white. So what I'm doing is just rolling the powder on my sponge. And you don't want to tap anything off because you want as much powder as you can get. And then I'm just going to look up or at my mirror and just press it on. This, for some reason, is my favorite part of my makeup. I love the whole baking process. I think it's really the effect. This and doing my eyeliner is what I love. And then anywhere else you put that concealer, I'm not gonna pick any more powder up because this is gonna be enough. My chin, Cupid's bow, and then my forehead. You just want to put the powder exactly where you put all of that concealer. So while that's setting, I'm gonna go ahead and start my contouring. So what I like, I already have makeup like all over my hands. What I like to use is a angled blush brush. This one right here is from Coastal Scent. I'll have the link in the description box. And then my NYX contour palette, which is extremely dirty. This contour palette has, if you can see, this contour palette has 2 highlight shades, 2, I guess, baking shades, because they don't have any shimmer to it, or you can call those highlight shades too, but these 2 are shimmers and these 2 are mattes. And then 4 contour colors. I used to use the yellow one to bake under my eyes, but it appeared too white in the camera. That's why I like the CoverGirl one. The highlighters are okay. I don't use this one because this one is just way too white for me. And then what I do is I take the side of my brush like this, and then I pick up majority of these 2. I go back and forth. And then the last color is this one that I pick up, and I only go on that like maybe 3 times. Dust off my brush because you don't want too much on it. Make my little kissy fishy face and just map out where I want my contour at. Now I like to start at right where my ear is, like where my hairline is at, and go down. I don't like going all the way to my mouth because I feel like it'll look kind of weird on my face. So I just try to stay right here on the side of my face. And then to bronze up the outer perimeter of my face, I use these 2 colors. And then just go in like that. And just pop that on the temple, on the side of your forehead and eyebrow. And then do the other side. And then you want to make sure you get in that hairline because you don't want it to make it look like you have on a mask. Anytime you do any foundation or powder, you want to make sure you push it into your hairline, because when you take pictures in the flashback, it can appear like you have on a mask, and like you can tell that your makeup is not blended. Trust me, I have seen girls on Snapchat looking like that. So the same thing for the other side. Just pick up these 2. Well, what am I doing? Okay, yeah, on this side. Like I said, I like using the side of my brush, and then I kind of use like my whole arm. Like I just don't like really do my hand unless I'm blending. So now I'm blending, and then I'm gonna push it into the skin. Alright, so now with whatever product is on my brush, I'm just gonna go around my chin, my neck, and then go ahead and drag it down just so it can blend out a little bit more. And do the bottom of my lip, and then the sides of my nose, whatever's left on the brush, it can go right there. Because I really like my nose shape. I don't mind it. I like the shape of my nose, so I don't really like contour it that much. I just use like this brush. Even though this brush is way too big, I know. Whatever's left on it, I just go on the sides, and I'm happy with that. So, and then go on the bottom of my lip so it can appear bigger. So this is the brush I'm going to use to dust away all the powder over my face. This is a Real Techniques dual fiber brush. It comes in a pack of 3. It has like a big one, this one, and then like a little small eyeshadow brush. So what I'm going to do is first flick everything off as much as I can, and then go ahead with circular motions and blend it in. And anywhere you put that powder, you want to blend it out. Even if you can't see it and it's already like oxidized, you still want to blend it out. So just again, flick everything off, and then go ahead and blend it in. So now we are highlighted and contoured out. Then I just go back on the sides, just so to make sure everything is blended. So the last thing I like to do is apply my highlighter and my blush, and the highlighter I'm going to use is Sunkissed by eyeslipsface.com, or short for ELF if you go to Target. And I'm just using a Coastal Scent fan brush, and I'm picking it up only in the center of my brush, and then I'm looking in the mirror to see where the highest point of my cheekbone is, and then I'm just gonna fan that on ever so lightly, because because you don't want to put too much. Well, I don't want to put too much. If that's what you do, girl, you do you. And then the other side. And then I take it down my nose. And then on my Cupid's bow. Even I already have lip gloss on right there. And then the last thing I do is take my ring finger and then just put it at the tip of my nose because I want to be Rudolph so bad. So, no, I'm just kidding. But it makes your nose look so cute. So yeah, see the highlighter right there. And then just make sure you blend it out. And then the blush I'm going to use is MAC's Love Thing. It's just like almost, I don't know, I can't really describe that color. Like, it's just like a rich cranberry color. And it's in Love Thing, like I said before. And then to apply this blush, I'm using a e.l.f. Complexion brush. And I'm not picking up too much, just a little bit. And then just putting that on my cheeks. And blended it up. And when you're highlighting, you don't want to use a blush that has too much shimmer in it, because if you use a highlighter and then a blush that's super shimmery, you might look like you might end up looking like a disco ball. And this is pretty much it. This is how I highlight and contour. I'm not a big like glitter fan on my cheeks, but I like a little bit of shimmer. Yeah, and if you are looking for this look, I will go ahead and link it in the description box below, and that way you can see how I achieve these wonderful eyes using the Too Faced Stardust palette by Vegas Nay. I love this palette. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and you will have a great day. Bye guys.